One cold coffee is made hot, then quickly chilled with ice. It's fast, strong, and often bright. The other sits for hours with no heat at all, making it smooth and sweet. Both are served over ice. Both look the same. Yet one is called iced coffee and the other cold brew. The confusion ends now. If you're confused, you're definitely not alone. Cold coffee is more popular than ever, but as it's gotten bigger, it's also gotten way more confusing. You see it online all the time. People asking things like, wait, what is an iced coffee? Is it just cold brew with milk? Is it an iced latte? And honestly, it's a great question. Because here's the secret. The term iced coffee can mean totally different things depending on where you are. What you get in one coffee shop might be completely different from the place down the street. So today we're cutting through all that noise. We're going to break down exactly how these drinks are made, why they taste so different, and make sure you can order exactly what you want next time. Let's get into it. Number 1. Iced coffee. Let's start with the classic, but here's where things get interesting. In many countries, a traditional iced coffee simply means regular hot brewed coffee that has been cooled down and poured over ice. To stop it from tasting watery, baristas often brew the coffee extra strong. That way, even as the ice melts, the drink still keeps its rich coffee flavor. Because it starts out hot, it also holds onto the bright, slightly acidic notes you would find in a normal cup of coffee. Sugar or syrup is usually added while the coffee is still warm, allowing it to dissolve evenly. But in Australia, iced coffee can mean something completely different. Instead of black coffee poured over ice, the Australian version is often a sweet, milk-based drink, made with coffee, chilled milk, and sometimes ice cream or whipped cream. It can feel closer to a coffee-flavored milkshake than the simple iced coffee served in many other countries. So, depending on where you are, ordering an iced coffee could get you either a refreshing black coffee over ice or a creamy dessert-like drink. Number 2. Cold brew. This is that super smooth, less bitter coffee you've been hearing about. The secret is simple. It never, ever touches hot water. Instead of using heat to extract flavor, cold brew uses time. A lot of it. Coffee grounds are soaked in cold or room temperature water for a long time, usually anywhere from 12 to 18 hours. This slow, gentle process pulls out the coffee flavor without a lot of the acidity that heat creates. What you get is a really strong coffee concentrate that's naturally sweet and incredibly smooth. You just add water or milk, pour it over ice, and you're good to go. But what if you want that cold, strong coffee kick without waiting half a day? Well, there's another method for that. Number 3. Cold brew concentrate. This is basically the superpowered version of cold brew. It's the secret ingredient most coffee shops use to serve you so quickly. They aren't making a fresh batch every time someone orders. Instead, they make this incredibly strong, concentrated coffee by soaking coarse grounds for hours and hours. What you get is a powerful base that's way too intense to drink straight. The whole point is to dilute it. You just pour a little bit of the concentrate over ice, then add water or milk to get it to the perfect strength for you. It's strong, smooth, and ready to go in seconds, because all the hard work was done the day before. But what if you want a cold coffee that's brewed fast? Well, there's a clever way to do that with hot water. Number 4. Nitro cold brew. This is what you get when you take smooth cold brew and put it on tap, like a beer. The coffee is infused with pure nitrogen gas, which completely changes the entire experience. Those tiny bubbles create a velvety, super creamy texture without adding any milk or cream at all. It's so rich, many people drink it completely straight. And when it's poured, you get that famous cascading waterfall effect in the glass, which settles into a thick, foamy head. It's a cold coffee that's as much about the feel as it is about the flavor. So far, every true cold method we've seen takes hours. But what if you could get a complex, rich cold coffee in just a few minutes? Number 5. Iced Americano. This is the answer for when you want a strong, complex cold coffee, and you want it now. An iced Americano is incredibly simple. It's just shots of hot, fresh espresso poured over cold water and ice. Instead of starting with regular drip coffee that's been chilled, this drink is built around that intense, pure espresso flavor from the very start. This gives it a really clean, bold taste that's completely different from a standard iced coffee. It's not just coffee that's cold, it's chilled espresso. The result is a sharp, refreshing drink that's ready in just a few minutes. But what happens when you take that espresso and instead of pouring it over ice, you blend it all together? Number 6, iced espresso. So what if you skip the water entirely and just put that espresso straight on ice? You get the purest, most intense cold coffee experience possible. This is literally just shots of fresh, hot espresso poured directly into a glass full of ice. That immediate chill locks in all that rich, complex flavor without watering it down. It's almost always a double shot, because that powerful taste holds up perfectly as the ice melts. In Italy, this is called a café in ghiaccio, simply coffee on ice. Add a splash of milk and you've basically made yourself an iced latte. It's simple, strong, and incredibly refreshing. But what if you want something even more rich and dessert-like? Number 7, iced long black. This might look exactly like an iced Americano, but the secret is all in the order you build it, and it makes a huge difference. With an iced long black, you start with cold water and ice already in the glass. Then you pour the fresh, hot espresso shots right on top. This simple trick does something amazing. It preserves that beautiful golden brown foam on top of the espresso, which is called the crema. By letting the crema float on top, you get a much stronger coffee aroma and a richer, smoother first sip. It's a less harsh, more full-bodied drink, all thanks to one small change in the process. But what happens when we stop tweaking and just throw everything into a blender? Number 8, iced latte. This is probably the most popular iced espresso drink in the world, and for a very good reason. It's simple, creamy, and perfectly balanced. An iced latte is just a shot or two of fresh espresso combined with cold milk and poured over ice. The milk smooths out the intensity of the espresso, giving you a much milder and more refreshing coffee experience. It's also the perfect blank canvas for adding flavors like vanilla or caramel syrup. And in some places, they take it to the next level. In Australia, an iced coffee is often an iced latte served with a scoop of ice cream and whipped cream. But what if you want that creamy, milky flavor, but in a totally different texture? Number 9, iced cappuccino. This is where that creamy, milky flavor gets a complete textural makeover. An iced cappuccino isn't just a latte with a little froth. It's a totally different experience that's all about the foam. It starts with shots of espresso over ice, but the key is what comes next. A thick, airy layer of frothed, cold milk. This creates these incredible, distinct layers of light foam sitting on top of the strong coffee. A great example is the Freddo cappuccino from Greece, which is famous for its super thick, cold foam topping. It's not just for looks. It makes the drink feel way lighter and more layered than a standard iced latte. So we've seen how changing the milk can create a whole new drink. But what happens when you ditch the milk entirely and add a splash of something else? Number 10, iced flat white. This is the drink for someone who loves a strong coffee flavor but wants it with a super smooth, creamy finish. Think of it as the perfect balance between an intense espresso shot and a milky latte. Unlike the thick, airy foam of an iced cappuccino, a flat white uses a thin layer of cold milk that's been textured into a velvety microfoam. This just means it has tiny, almost invisible bubbles that blend seamlessly into the espresso shots over ice. The result is a drink that's consistently smooth and rich all the way through, letting that bold coffee taste shine without being overwhelmed by milk. So far, all these drinks are built on ice. But what happens when you throw the ice into a blender and make it part of the drink itself?